us have seen someone with really bad eyebrows, whether they're Sharpie brows or they start here or I don't know. It's the only thing you see. You don't see, look how pretty she is. It's, look at her eyebrows. So I'm going to help you avoid the bad eyebrow situation. The important thing is understanding what's different about your eyebrows before you start to correct it. You can see that this eyebrow is thicker than this eyebrow through the main section here. When I groom them, I brush up and I cut these hairs to make them shorter, and I leave these hairs longer. So I know when I brush them straight up, they'll be about the same thickness. Since this is thicker here, the hair through here is a little bit higher on this brow. So when I fill these in, I fill it in just above where the natural hairline is, and I fill this one in just below so they kind of equal out. Are you following me? Maybe I should just show you. The next important thing is choosing the correct color for your hair color. Eyeshadows are my favorite way to fill my brows because it's so soft and I don't know, it's just so easy to create a look without it being like a Sharpie brow, you know? This is the color I use. It's a color that's a few shades lighter than my hair and it's not too warm. This color works really well for me. So it's a lot of trial and error in finding the right color for you, but go for it. So this one's from Inglot. It's not a brow powder, it's an eyeshadow, but I mean, it's the same thing. We're breaking rules, making it work. Okay, so I use a very stiff angled brush. It's from Sephora, the Pro Brow brush, number 20. And it's like 14 bucks, and this changed my brow game. It is really helpful because it creates a precise line, but at the same time, it's not too harsh of a line because the bristles are so stiff. Just trust me, this is amazing. I own 2 of these. Holy grail, brush of all eyebrow brushes. Anyway, this spoolie brush. So I'm just gonna get a little bit of this powder on the brush and tap it off. You can see here that this one starts higher than this one. So you try to go as straight as you can from the tip of your eyebrow to the arch. I just kind of cheat below because I don't want to have to like really fight my natural brow shape too much. Once I've established that bottom line there, I just kind of take the brush and I push up and I kind of drag that color up through the front of my brow. And then for the start of your brow, it should be lighter than obviously the rest of it. So I just kind of run whatever's left through that area. So then I'm gonna go through and cut from the top of my brow to the high point of my arch. And this is my higher eyebrow. So I'm filling in a little bit lower, and then I'm just gonna fill in the area in between those 2 lines we just made. And then I'm gonna take from the high point of my arch down and start to make the tail of my brow. You take it from the corner of your nose to the corner of your eye, and that's where your eyebrow should end. Mine stop a little bit short, so I like to extend them, and it really, really balances your eye. And just, I don't know, it looks so much better. And if you get a little bit somewhere you don't want, just kind of push up and then go back over it, and you'll fix it. Once you have that filled in nicely, I like the look of that. Might be a little heavy for some people, but all you have to do is run your spoolie through it and it'll really soften it. That's one done. So then we have to adjust the other one to match this one. And this one's the one where I start a little bit lower, so they start at the same place. I'm gonna brush that up through my brow. I'm just trying to make this, the front of each of my brows similar. So, as we did on the other brow, we're making that line all the way along the bottom, and I'm cheating just under the arch here to give it a straighter line. Then we're gonna push that color up through like we did before. Now, to get the same thickness we have here, I'm gonna work on the top of this brow. And we don't wanna go too far above where the natural hairs, when I brush the hairs up, I don't wanna go too far past where they'll cover or it'll look like I have a fake eyebrow. I'm just filling that in to the arch. And I'm just kind of doing what we did on the bottom. I'm going from that line we created and I'm dragging it down through because we want to hide the fact that we drew a line there, or your eyebrow will look like a ruler. That's not cute. Okay, I'm going to fill in the middle and then we'll move on to the tail. We're going to do the same thing we did on the other side and just bring it down. And you want to make sure these, it's kind of like doing a winged liner. You want to make sure that they're pointing the same direction because you don't want to have one being like, wah. If you make a mistake, you can go in with concealer or just your foundation brush. I just took the brush I used to conceal around my eyebrows from earlier. It doesn't really have anything left on it. I just used it to kind of blend away that edge that I didn't want. So now we have two similarly shaped brows. And we can go back in with the spoolie, kind of hide the blueprint there. And you kind of want to make sure that there's eyebrow hair covering all the areas where we like kind of cheated the shape here. And I think those look pretty damn similar. And then to get them to stay where we want them, I use this one from e.l.f. It's $1. And it works really well. It doesn't get like crusty. You can't see it on your eyebrows. Yeah, so for $1, I mean, hell yeah, I'll use it. It works. So you want to brush them up and then brush them over. If you get one or two hairs that stick out a little bit too much, just go in and snip them. Then just remove the hairs from your face with your powder brush. So that is basically how I do my brows. I hope it was easy enough to follow. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't yet, please subscribe because there will be more videos coming soon.